Now, when the due diligence is over, we are moving to the main next step, which is obtaining a mortgage. Many buyers are obtaining a mortgage nowadays, and in many cases, it includes two main steps: financial contingency and appraisal contingency. And we'll talk about them right away. Hi, my name is Irina. I'm with Keller Williams North Atlanta, and today we will talk about financial contingency, or what are the main things that you need to keep in mind when you're obtaining a mortgage for your house. Usually we have two main contingency: financial contingency and appraisal contingency. Financial contingency is usually a little bit longer, and typically it takes between 20 to 28 days, and some banks can ask for 30-35 days to originate a mortgage for your house. My main request during this period of time to buyers is please provide all requested documents so you can get a financing and get a final approval as soon as it is possible. The faster you provide them the documents, the faster the process will move forward. During financial contingency, you will also be able to finalize with your lender such items as interest rate, your monthly payment, escrow account, yes or no, and the closing costs. Appraisal contingency is part of the financial contingency, and it is a very important part because during this time a third-party appraisal is hired by your lender. So the third-party appraisal will go to the house that you're about to purchase and you try to obtain a financing for and get a market value for the house. Appraisal contingency typically takes between 16, sometimes 14, most of the times it's between 16 to 21 days. Depends on the market and the circumstances. Appraisal can take a shorter or a longer period of time. It's important to note that appraisal fee comes out of your pocket and you pay for it the moment it is ordered. You will see that later on in the closing statement, but you pay for that upfront. There are three typical outcomes in the appraisal contingency. First one, and the most desirable one by everyone, by both parties, is the house is appraised to the market value or above. If the house appraised to the market value and above, it means that you're moving forward in the financial contingency to finalize your loan to obtain a financing to purchase your house. Second one is a waived appraisal. Especially recently, we see that if you put 20% or more and there are enough comparables in the same area, a lender can ask you if you want to waive appraisal on this house specifically. It's your decision, and we will talk more about that in the next video. However, it's important to know that if the appraisal is waived, you're just moving forward in the financial contingency to finalize your loan, and you do not pay money for appraisal. Another outcome is the house is not appraised. It is, of course, not desirable and usually by any of the parties involved in this transaction. And it means that appraisal came at the lower market value than the purchase price that we have in the agreement. There are different ways to deal with that and to try to mitigate that with the appraisal, and we will talk about that in another video. If the house is not appraised and you would like to terminate this deal, you can walk away and get your earnest money back. If the house is appraised and you want to walk away from deal, you will still lose the earnest money because the house was appraised. Assuming the appraisal comes at the market value or above, we are moving forward in the financial contingency, and we need to get to the moment when we are clear to close. Right after the appraisal, you can be asked to provide final documents, and then we're going to finalize financial documents for the closing. During this time, you will be also asked to provide details about the homeowner's insurance that you are going to purchase for this house. It's also called hazard insurance, and this is because you have to obtain that as part of your mortgage process. Our main goal in the financial contingency is to get a clear to close. Once you've got a clear to close, it means that you are approved for your mortgage, and we can go and move forward to the closing table at the closing attorneys. There are a few things that you need to do before the closing, and we will talk about that in another video. I hope that you like that, and I will see you next time. Please click on like and share if you like this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to text or call me to this phone number. I will be happy to help. See you next time. Bye.